President Trump just hit pause on his historic global tariffs, but China's getting hit harder than ever. Tariffs on Chinese imports just jumped to a massive 125%, while the rest of the world gets a break for now. What does this mean for your money, your job, and the global economy? Let's break it down. This is ELRA News, where we simplify the headlines that matter most to your future. On April 9th, 2025, Donald Trump announced a 90-day pause on the newly launched reciprocal tariffs. But China is the one exception. In fact, their tariffs went up from 104% to 125%. That's a level we've never seen in US-China trade history. Trump's post on Truth Social said, "I have authorized a 90-day pause and a substantially lowered reciprocal tariff during this period of 10%, also effective immediately. But based on the lack of respect China has shown, I am raising the tariff charge to China to 125%, effective immediately." Translation: China just became the most expensive trading partner in US history. China had just announced new retaliatory tariffs against American goods. This is a direct trade war escalation. But for other countries, Trump is offering negotiation and relief. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said, "Do not retaliate, and you will be rewarded." Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick added that this strategy is about resetting global trade on Trump's terms. This isn't just about economics. It's about dominance. Trump is sending a message: cooperate or pay the price. The reaction? Instant. Explosive. Stock market surge: Dow Jones, plus 2,200 points, S&P 500, plus 6.5%, NASDAQ, plus 8%. Investors were nervous about a full-blown trade war. The pause gave them breathing room. But the underlying risk remains, especially with China's retaliation pending. Prices at the store still rising. The 10% universal tariff on most imports remains in place. Only Canada and Mexico are exempt for now. For US consumers, this means electronics may stay expensive, grocery bills could rise, especially for imported produce, small businesses still dealing with high costs. This pause may help Wall Street, but Main Street's still feeling the pressure. China now faces the harshest US tariffs in modern history. But other nations? Trump is inviting negotiations. "We're willing to hear you," Bessent said. This creates two lanes. Allies who comply get tariff relief. Rivals like China get squeezed. Meanwhile, Europe, Japan, India, Brazil, all watching closely. Is this economic strategy or economic blackmail?
Depends who you ask.
3 possible outcomes in the next 90 days. Best case: more countries strike bilateral deals, and the US uses leverage to get better terms. Mid case: tariff pause expires. Countries retaliate. Markets crash again. Worst case: China escalates. US inflation spikes. Trade war resumes at full force. This is a high-stakes poker game, and the whole global economy is watching Trump's hand. Trump's 90-day tariff pause gives the world a window, but not a solution. With China on the receiving end of historic penalties and markets in rebound mode, the clock is ticking. Subscribe to ELRA News for daily updates on how politics and policy impact your life. Smash that like button if you found this breakdown helpful, and drop a comment. Do you think Trump's tariff strategy will work or backfire?